Graduation was such an exciting time. I think not only your parents, but your teachers and the community expectation was at all costs you would graduate. Um, we practiced for weeks marching in. We had recitations. The glee club sang. The band played. Sometimes I don't remember my class in particular, but sometimes the crowd was so big till they opened the front doors, and put lawn chairs out. So people sat on the lawn. Also, they had a all industrial arts students and home ec students. You got a chance to display whatever it is you made, and a friend of mine were chosen by our home ec teacher to make all the cakes for that night. They had refreshments, and we were chosen to do all the cakes. They even left us in school with the doors locked, but we were allowed to stay in that building to finish this project. Consequently, she and I are still friends, and now we're working on projects at church together. So that's the kind of camaraderie you learned, and it still has carried on your lifetime. Everybody you sent an invitation to sent a gift to you. It was just such, you just felt so good about yourself that you had accomplished this goal. Yeah. Well, I went to, at that particular time, it was called Negro Day Nursery. Um, and the nursery prepared you for grade school. I remember that they had big productions, uh, and the kids were in plays. You had parts you had to learn. Uh, the nursery staff and parents made costumes. And so they were big productions, and the nursery was not big enough. But for practice, we walked hand by hand either from Pall Mall to Mount Carmel on Braddock, which may be 6 blocks, or Mount Carmel to John Main on Court. But that's where we practiced. And then the night of the production, just seemed like everybody in Winchester was there. They just supported the nursery school. So when I started school, I was very familiar with a lot of the kids because we'd been in nursery school together. So everybody wasn't new. I loved English. I loved history. I loved the business classes, shorthand, bookkeeping, some home ec, but not a lot. We had a teacher that Miss Marcus was very strict, and of course, when you had to make a skirt, well, first you had to baste it, then she had to approve it, and then you could sew it on the sewing machine. Now, I like the cooking part of it, and I remember bad, but my team doubled. We used to make homemade cinnamon rolls with the cinnamon crunch on top. So it was more like a sweet roll batter, not really a yeast dough. And we doubled the recipe. She said, "You two, you all doubled the recipe." And oh no, Miss Marcus, we definitely did not. And then she explained to us that I have a budget. And because you have used up more than your allotment of supplies, another class is not going to get to do this. But oh yeah, we love that. And so we made a double batch. She didn't punish us, but she just explained to us that because of what you did, somebody else won't be able to do. Yeah. And we made our teachers learn to make do, and they did things to enhance. Like in high school, we all had to purchase a subscription to Reader's Digest. So one of the things we did every month as an addendum to our curriculum was the word power. So we had to look up those words. They were in the book, and what we didn't know, we had to look on the other page to get the meaning and how to spell them. And we were quizzed on that. When I was in bookkeeping, I think the last semester of that class, our teacher purchased from a school bookkeeping a set of books. So that was our task for that 6 weeks. We had to keep these books, and they were sent back to the publisher, and that was our grade for that particular week. Miss Marcus, who was our home ec teacher, she had girls enter the home ec club, Lennox China, McCall Patterns. They did everything. The library club went to Richmond to the Virginia State Library. They did all that they could to enhance the textbooks and what we were getting in the classroom. So they always went above and beyond. Yeah. I remember my first day of biology class, and Mr. Barksdale was the teacher. He told each student, I've been through your records. I know what you're capable of. And you will make that grade in my class or I will fail you. I mean, the expectation was always high. They never wanted you to do less than you were capable of. Didn't see that then, but I understand that now.